So we've got a lot to discuss here today because we're going to get into the summer movies and what we liked, and there was a really are a ton of them. You know, let me bring up this IMDb list in just a moment here, and I will show some of the movies that came out, and we can discuss it, and we'll do just that. So some of the summer movies: Jurassic World Rebirth, Superman, obviously. I didn't see that one. Jujutsu Kaisen. I know what you did last summer. Smurfs, Eddington, The Fantastic Four, Naked Gun, Bad Guys 2, Together, Freakier Friday, Weapons, Mother's Wedding, Nobody 2, Eden, Highest to Lowest, Honey Don't, Splitsville, The Roses, Toxic Avenger, Caught Stealing, Thunderbolts, Friendship, Final Destination, Bloodlines, Lilo and Stitch, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, Karate Kid Legends, Bring Her Back, Ballerina. I forgot a lot of these movies kind of came and went. The Life of Chuck, Phoenician Scheme, How to Train Your Dragon, Materialists, 28 Years Later, Ilio, Sovereign, F1, Megan 2.0, Pony Boy. It's a good majority. So let's start with you, Roxy. What's a summer movie that we're gonna all give our we'll give our top three, and we'll go from 3 to 1. And
don't start with me.
Don't start with you. Okay.
Well,
no,
I got an email this morning about it. I'm putting my list together right now.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do
I'm excited for the show today, but I had no idea we were going to do this. I'm not ready for my ranking.
And neither am I. But we'll go 3 to 1. Mike, we'll give you your 3. What's your number 3?
Superman's
your number 3. Okay. And so give a little breakdown on what you liked about Superman. Did it deliver you were anticipating it? Give me your thoughts on
that was probably my one that going into summer might have been up there. It was a question mark for me, but it delivered. I'm not a Superman guy per se. I'm a DC guy, but Superman's not my big jam to always want to see. It was a feel good movie for me. So puts it at number 2 or number 3. Easy.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's going to make the 2 your list for sure. It'll probably, if I was doing a top 10, it's definitely in the top 10 of summer movies. It was my number 1 most anticipated movie of the year. And it lands, I think it delivered for me, but I don't know if it's going to be my top 10 of the year in general. But it definitely, I think it delivered as a summer movie. I think it delivered as the first movie for DC out of the gate. Mm-hmm. And I think that it did what it needed to do. I've seen people say, well, it made $600 million. It was a failure. James Gunn should be disappointed. That's not accurate. It's just simply not. It's just simply not accurate. You can say, look, they probably wanted a bigger number. Okay, so that's where the disappointment comes. Okay, is it a failure? No, that is not a failure.
But that's like saying every single movie that makes money, did the filmmakers want it to make more? Sure, they did.
You
know what? 1.2 billion. That's the limit. Anything over, we're just being greedy. No.
Well. I don't think that works in that scenario because I think because if you're
bullshit.
But if you're aiming for $1 billion movie and you hit 600, of course
you can't aim for $1 billion. You can't aim for $1 billion. That's ridiculous.
You can your goals can be in order. If this thing hits $1 billion, everybody wants it. And the thing is, we talked about this yesterday on the show. Internationally, it's a different ball game today than it was 5 years ago. But it doesn't matter. We don't want to go down the box office route again. In this movie, though, Roxy, I think succeeded. It seemed to the people who were pretty hyped about it enjoyed it. I'm going to assume that this is in your top 3 of the summer. What's crazy is that it's fall already. It's coming, and I got 2 kids. The back to school rush, it's already here. We're getting the early morning drop-offs, the after-school activities, the soccer games, and the last-minute supply runs. Don't forget about the extra trips for groceries, gas. The days get busier, and it all adds up. It adds up fast. Get that free Upside app. There's an easy way to earn real cash back every time you fill up your tank, grab a bite to eat, stop on essentials. Whether you're driving across town for the soccer games or picking up snacks for the school lunchbox, Upside helps you keep more in your pocket. In fact, Top Upside has given back $1 billion to its users. $1 billion. The free Upside app, it gets you cash back on daily essentials, whether it's gas, groceries, and dining. And yes, if you're asking, it's real cash back. There's no confusing rewards, points, credits, just money. And you can transfer it straight to your bank account. Next, claim an offer for what you're buying on Upside. Then pay, as usual, with a credit or debit card. Follow the steps in the app, get paid. So I'm using this. I heard about it, especially everything I mentioned with the soccer games, the back to school rush, all that, that's me. And since I learned about this thing, it has been so beneficial. It fits in so easy to my wife's schedule, to my schedule. Upside has given back $1 billion to its users. To find out how much you can earn, you got to download the free Upside app. You got to use that promo code Kristian. You get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. An extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. Using that promo code Kristian. I love hearing about stuff like this. I'm so happy that I have discovered Upside, and you will be too.
Yeah. Man, I'm having a really hard time placing these things. Like, I feel like some of it's recency bias, and then I'm trying to scroll through lists of things that I have seen, like not mentioned on your thing is movies like 28 Years Later, or there are some other horror movies that I checked out. There's been also like a lot of random TV movies that people have been loving, and stuff that I've also been waiting. Like, I haven't seen Freakier Friday yet, or Weapons, but definitely Superman is going to be in my top 10 movies at the end of the year. So I do think it's in my top 3 here.
I've got such a bizarre list, but so what would you put number 3?
What's your 3, Kristian?
As you said, recency bias could very well be part of this right now. And when I reevaluate my top 10, this list could be significantly different, with meaning where these 3 movies place. One could jump over the next. I'm just saying right now, for where I am in summer. I'm going to give a quick honorable mention because it very well could be my number 3. Is Sinners. Well, Sinners isn't even Sinners
is a summer movie. You can't even do this
good.
right.
So good. Jesus. You're right, Mike. You're right. So I don't have to. I don't have the dilemma anymore. I don't have the dilemma. My number 3 was The Longest Walk, or The Long Walk. Long Walk. That movie,
combining Longest Yard and Long Walk.
I'm doing everything wrong.
Sinners take the longest walk.
Wrong movie title, wrong months when the movies come out. Everything is a mess. But nonetheless, The Long Walk. This is a movie I didn't even expect. I wasn't even going to see this had it not been for our commentator Bobby Jackson, who told us, "Are you going to see it?" And I was like, "I guess I should look into this." And then I did a little more research on it, what it was. Thought it was just fantastic. And so. Yeah, this is an August movie. It's I'm missing it again, guys. I screwed up again. Long Walk doesn't come out until next week.
It's not. You are. No, let's restart the show.
No, I think Kristian. I think that's still summer.
I don't know.
Summer goes until the 22nd of September.
Okay, so here we had this discussion.
I get what you're saying, but I still think that counts as a summer movie.
We had this discussion, Shannon and I, because she's a summer girl, and she goes to the beach up in technically September's 22nd. Summer movie season ends when school's back in session. That's when it's done. Look,
I've been doing this for so long when we're covering these things. I hate saying this, but Mike's 100% right. It is not a summer movie. It counts as part of it counts as part of the fall. As far as, because technically, Roxy, in what you're saying, summer goes until September. Technically, summer doesn't start in the beginning of May. So
I agree with that.
Right. So the beginning of May wouldn't count for summer movies either, and that's not fair. So I completely shit the bed on my own thing here. I'll tell you what I'll put at number 3.
It's fair because those movies are still in theaters in June.
I know. Listen, here's what I'm going to put as number 3, and this is easy for me. The Naked Gun will be my number 3.
Okay.
Nice. Naked Gun was everything I wanted it to be. I was nervous when it was announced. I was locked in since trailer 1, more locked into trailer 2. Had a big old smile on my face the entire time. Laughed my ass off. Thought they really understood the assignment, as the kids say. And they had, even though we find out now that the relationship was fabricated, Nonetheless,
Was it really true? Is that
Yeah.
true? If fabricated,
yeah, saying it was a
That's fucked
PR.
up.
It was a PR.
No, that can't be right.
Yeah, it was a story that you just don't want it to you don't
Yeah,
want
it
to
can't
believe
be
it.
right.
That's fair.
That's fucked up.
But it doesn't matter because either way, it
I don't
worked.
believe it.
No, you think they're legit?
Let me look.
Okay. Well, I loved the movie. Mike, you loved it also, right?
I enjoyed it. I didn't. I
Okay.
guess I'd say this. I think the hype of everyone saying it's this funniest thing in a decade soured me on that. Because
okay.
I chuckled a lot. I think that scene with the thermal vision was one of the funniest scenes I've seen in a movie in probably 20 years.
Sure.
Like that was, and it was better than I thought it was going to be. Much better than I thought it was going to be.
Okay. Just
I'll
wasn't
probably never watch it again.
Wow. I definitely will be watching again. And I just thought it was yeah, like I said, it stuck the landing. So for me, that's my number. That is my number 3. Roxy, you got a number 3? And did you see Naked Gun and did you like it?
No, I still
Oh,
haven't
you
seen
didn't
it.
know, right? Because you haven't seen the other ones, right? Okay, got it.
The very credible Fox News says that Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson's romance is real, according to a new
That's what
report.
you're going on.
As I said, the very credible.
Yeah, I don't know. I could have easily. Speaking of which, for an honorable mention, and I also probably could have put it at 3. Very close would be Thunderbolts.
Kristian, you've mentioned 7 movies for your
I know.
third.
No, I didn't. Everyone I mentioned was a fall movie. Everyone I mentioned was not. I didn't mention any honorable mentions for summer movies.
In all fairness, to you,
Yeah.
Sinners wasn't a fall movie.
No, it was April.
This is going to be an answer that people really don't like, but sometimes I feel like because of what we do, we end up having to defend movies so much that it makes us more passionate about them. My number 3 is a movie that I was obsessed with that everybody destroyed me over being obsessed with. It's Materialists.
Oh, okay.
I loved this
Yeah.
movie.
Okay.
I thought that it was brilliant. I thought that it was fun. I thought that it was a perfect moment for where I'm at in my life. And people were so violently vicious about this movie. It was crazy, but I loved it.
Vicious to you or vicious to the movie?
Both.
I don't
Both.
get that.
More vicious to the movie than me. Usually it's more vicious to me than the movie, but this was more vicious to the movie.
What were they vicious about? Was it spoilers?
Why do they do like that to people? Like you like the movie, so fucking what?
But was it a spoiler type thing that they don't like the ending?
Broke boy propaganda. So basically the premise of the movie is that Dakota Johnson is dating like 2 different people. Her ex is Chris Evans, and he is a very struggling actor who has like 10 roommates and can't pay his rent and drives like a shoebox car.
Yeah.
And she's dating Pedro Pascal, who is a multi-millionaire, can give her the life that she needs, but he's a really sweet guy too. And spoilers, but she doesn't want to be with the rich, sweet guy. She wants to be with the person that she loves.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really sweet. The internet did not think that was sweet.
Oh.
The internet thought, I picked the rich guy, you idiot. This makes no sense. But the heart wants what it wants. And then at the very end of the movie, I won't give you guys exactly what happens, but she makes a weird decision. There's a weird phone call and she makes a weird decision. That's kind of like, that doesn't quite work. But the rest of the movie was amazing. And I think the decision actually wasn't what people thought it was. So, man, I loved this movie. So it was such a good, like, rom-com drama. It was
did
so
well.
good.
It
Did
did well.
it?
Yeah, it did well. Yeah.
Like, critically or
I
financially?
don't know about critically, but it did good financially for what it costs and how much it made. Yeah.
Good. This movie was gangbusters good. I loved it.
Okay.
I loved it.
That's a good pick for you. I haven't seen that movie. I can't speak on it except like what I said. I know that it did well. When did that come out? Because it definitely was in the list. Yeah. Okay, so that's Roxy's number 3. Mike, then number 2.
Yes.
I think your number 2 is going to be in my list as well.
I think your number 2, Kristian, is going to be my number 2. I don't know about Mike.
So this is a movie, my number 2, that I was probably going to see, maybe not, but word of mouth took it over.
Yeah.
I would have been so angry at myself if I didn't see this in theaters. F1.
Yeah.
This movie to me, like I saw it about 6 weeks after it came out. 6 weeks. because I kept wanting to see it in IMAX, and the word of mouth really took me over. Before word of mouth, I probably would have been like, nah, whatever. I'm not a sports movie guy. I like Brad Pitt, but I don't have to see his movies. And up until that point, anytime I went to a theater, I was like, well, let me see Mission Impossible again. Let me see Superman again. So I kept pushing it off. And then I was going to see it one night with Shannon because we wanted to see it. And the parking garage was a mess. And we were almost late to the movie. So we were both like, yeah, fuck this. We're not seeing it tonight. And then there was just one night by myself. And I was like, I might go see F1. And Shannon says, go see it. You're going to be pissed off if you don't see this in theaters. I'm like, all right. So I grumbly went to the movie theater. I didn't have popcorn or soda. And I'm just getting ready to, Nicole Kidman comes out. And I'm like, all right, let me get a popcorn and soda. And I was enthralled for 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, when you cheer sometimes and you're like, when they're gear shifting and they get hit and he doesn't. And like, I was like a child watching this movie by myself and probably like 10 people in the theater, like clapping out loud. And like Roxy with Materialists, this hit me at the right moment in my life. Like if I had seen it when it first came out, it probably wouldn't have had the same effect on me. Yeah. But what I've been going through this summer, and it hit. I saw it again recently, and it went back to IMAX, so I saw it in IMAX, which was even more incredible.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Like this movie to me, I love movies like this that just I don't expect much, but kind of change me in a good way. Yeah,
it's on my list as well. But I'll talk about when I bring it up. But I've also seen it twice. I did not get a chance to see it in theaters twice. I saw it theater first time, and the second time we just watched it with me for his first time watching it. Roxy is the same. I'm assuming this is in your list, so you want to wait till you get it, or is that not on your list?
No, what are we waiting for?
Well, I mean, because when it's time for your pick, you can go a little bit.
Then I'm not going to tell you.
That's fair. So yeah, because I like I said, I figured that it would be everybody's list. That was Mike's number 2. So for me, my number 2 is actually going to be Weapons. This very similar to what I was saying before with The Long Walk, which is not a summer movie. This movie surprised me in a lot of different ways because it wasn't on my radar as far as anticipated. It wasn't on my radar for anything. And I found myself getting hyped for it after I did a reaction to Barbarian and liking what Craigers, I believe is his name, what he did, and realizing, oh, this is kind of a special filmmaker here. What do we got? And then I saw that, unfortunately, saw a scene for the movie right before, and that locked me in too. And then very similar to what you guys were just talking about, just locked in the second it started, and it just was great. And I'm not a horror guy. It doesn't really see it to me. It's more of like I've been saying, he's got like this R-rated M. Night Shyamalan thing about him. And that to me, it was a very special movie. And I like the tools of how he used it, like the performances. I like the story. The movie just worked. You guys haven't seen this movie yet, right?
I haven't.
Okay.
I'm covering.
I want to.
Yeah. So you're going to be, I'm assuming you're going to watch it when it comes out, Rox.
Yeah, I'm watching for rejects.
Okay.
It's so weird. I'm sure you're experiencing this now. Oh no, Kristian, because your channel's a little different, but I've never in my life missed like the biggest movies in theaters. It's so weird to have everybody talking about Weapons, and I'm like, don't spoil it for me.
Right,
like,
right, because you can't. So
yeah.
do you do a thing where you're like, hey, don't go see it in the theaters because we want you to watch it when it comes out?
Beforehand, months beforehand, we have to like sign off on.
Okay.
I will not see this movie. I will block these words from my Instagram and my Twitter.
Oh, wow.
I will do, like, it's like a whole.
We don't do that.
Yeah, they like don't want. Yeah, because you'll like rewatch stuff and whatever.
Right.
It's very serious.
They're way more professional.
Yeah, when the Deadpool Wolverine with all the spoilers for that, I remember there's one guy on the channel who he had to like say that he wouldn't open social media for like 4 months. It was cool.
Wait, what is this for, Rox?
For real rejects.
For real rejects, yeah.
They don't want it to be the moments to be spoiled.
Of course.
I'm very luckily they know that a lot of my other jobs like this one, Kristian, I'm not going to not go see Superman. I'm not going to not go see because we have to talk about it on the show. So Weapons was one I was like, okay, I guess I don't have to cover that for other shows.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think you're going to enjoy it. I think you're going to be locked into it. Mike, I'm curious because I know that's not normally your genre, but it is one of those movies that I think will surprise people.
It's and like I love Josh Brolin, so anything that guy does, I'll go see.
He's so good in this,
and there was just something about that. I guess as I'm getting older, maybe hype for movies is better for me. Like if a word of mouth catches, in the past I couldn't care less about word of mouth.
Yeah.
But I think now I'm much more into word of mouth,
Why do you think?
opening my palate more. Like I'm not a horror guy at all, and I'm not like
Me too.
Barbarian. Shannon watched Barbarian. She had it in the house. I'm watching it. I'm kind of like, that was the one with the old ladies with their saggy boobs chasing him, right?
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's this.
okay.
Barbarian. I liked Barbarian a lot. That was a very.
I liked it, but I was
however,
just
like, but I understand what you're saying. Weapons is very different.
Yeah.
Why, Mike? All of a sudden, are you more willing to listen to word of mouth?
I don't know. I think in the past I've always been like, I don't care what other people think. I'm going to see what I see or want to see what I see, because I don't care. Like I don't care what critics think of a film. I'll make my decision on that. But word of mouth for people in my inner circle, people that I trust on Twitter and stuff, that are like, dude, you need to see this.
Yeah.
There was just something about that trailer, like that kid's missing, like that hook. The hook of that movie, I could see their pitch on that movie, an elevator pitch for that film with the director.
But it's also the way it's pieced together and the storytelling of it that really got me. So that's my number 2. Roxy, what is your number 2?
F1.
Oh, it is F1. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's hear your thoughts on F1.
I also saw this in IMAX. I saw it at the IMAX headquarters, and what an experience that was. When I went to see this, there was no one person was talking about it. It hadn't come out yet, and I went to this. I don't want to say I went begrudgingly, because I didn't, but I went kind of like expecting nothing. And I was like full blown having an experience in the theater. I still to this day, I think that this soundtrack is sick. Bad as I used to be is like an absolute Vibiana. Another movie that I feel like I've had to defend all summer, of people being like, it's not really that good. Well, you said that this movie was amazing, and it was not amazing. And I thought the movie was amazing.
I'm with you.
Like, I think
people are idiots if they don't think it was like technically amazing. Like that film is technically incredible.
I think it's amazing.
Like, I don't know if they're idiots if they don't think it was amazing, but I think that you can, this to me, the movie is amazing. And I also think that it is, well, again, I'll discuss it in a second. But
every movie that I think is amazing, and in all fairness to people, I think a lot of movies are amazing. Yeah. A movie that certainly is going to be Mikey's number 1 that didn't make my list, but I still thought was amazing, Mission Impossible. I loved that movie. There's like 10 movies this year so far that I'm like, I thought this movie was amazing. When I say amazing, I'm not saying it's the number 1 masterpiece of my lifetime. I love movies. And when I see something that I'm like, that was fucking awesome. F1 was so great. I love the story. You guys know I'm a lover of love, and a lot of these stories like kind of leave the love stories on the back burner. I thought they did such a great job incorporating the love story. I would see an F2 in a heartbeat. Can't wait to. Like, I thought that Brad did such an amazing job. What's the name of the other guy who's so talented?
Damien Idris.
Damson
Idris. Yeah.
He's an absolute stud and a star. I loved him. He reminded me of like Miles Teller, kind of coming on the scene, just like pompous, arrogant, whatever, hot. It looked great. It sounded great. It got me amped. The storyline was really cool. I don't watch F1, and I understood everything going on. Like how they showed things was really unique and interesting. Just I couldn't have liked this movie more.
Oh, there you go. So Roxy's 2. So Mike, number 1, I think Roxy just mentioned it, but
what's your 2? What's your 2?
We just
F1?
went over it.
Weapons was his
Weapons.
2.
That's right. Weapons. Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Shut your mouth.
No,
I didn't know whether you were just talking to him or me. I was like,
no.
F1.
Just go ahead, Mike. Number 1. Go ahead.
This is gonna surprise a lot of people. I wasn't expecting to like this one, but highest to lowest.
Is it a porno or what?
No, he's being funny.
No. Mission Impossible. Come on. Like again, I guess that's kind of. I have to go. I was trying to think. Is F1 my favorite movie of the summer? And when I think about it, like which one I'm going to end up watching more will be Mission Impossible. And I get a lot of the people.
You're a diehard.
What's up?
You're a diehard. You're a diehard.
But I also get where a lot of people felt it was a little long, especially in the first hour. But for me, it was a payoff to the fans. Like that was and I know a lot of people were saying, oh, it was a love letter to the series. I took it as more as a thank you. Like if you've been invested since 1996 with the show, and even the television show, which a lot of people had issue with Shea Wiggum's character, but if you were a fan of the TV show, like this was a great payoff, and it just, and just you see the love in this film of what it took to make it. And I'm sorry, that airplane sequence is just, I can't. And then to know that he did the thing where he does a parachute and he set his parachute on fire and literally like.
Yeah, no, there was some crazy. I mean,
submarine stuff too.
Yes, there were two scenes that were absolutely incredible. I think that's the problem with me. I think that for what the movie accomplishes, what Mike just said, it was aimed towards the diehards, and the diehards seem to really enjoy it. For those who are pretty casual fans of it, or just like to go see Mission Impossible movies, or even big fans of the movie in general, not like diehards, but big fans of it, I was disappointed by it, to be honest. Not those two scenes. Those two scenes were absolutely incredible. But as I felt about the previous one, it just wasn't as clever as the ones that I loved, like 4, 5, and 6. Like they were 3 were so like clever in the way they pieced together things, and like this was to me about the stunts, and like when the two things everybody was walking out were those two scenes. That's and rightfully so, because they're absolutely incredible. But it was a little long in the tooth for me. But I'm glad that you liked it and it worked for you, Mike.
This is the first time I've ever found out that Spike Lee has a movie out right now called Highest to Lowest with Denzel Washington. I thought I didn't know that.
Oh, you thought Mike was kidding around?
Yeah.
So
was it good?
It's insane to me in a world that we have a movie with that director and that filmmaker, and no one knows about it.
And it's coming out on digital like next week.
Did you see it, Mike?
Hype? I didn't, but they didn't. They didn't do anything for it. Well,
Denzel had a lot of sound bites from press because he was talking about how he doesn't like movies and other things, and it all came from that press tour. But it comes out this week on digital, so it kind of came and went in the theater. But it'll probably be a big streaming hit because that's just what happens now. There are certain movies that are just not going to hit in the theater, and that's one of them. But Spike Lee wants to go in the theater. You put him in the theater, and you go, okay, we'll do well on virtual. So Mike,
we obviously know what yours is, Kristian.
Obviously, and that's F1. That's my favorite summer movie, and I think that it delivered on the way summer movies used to for me. And yes, if people were like, "Hey, you know what? This movie, it's kind of predictable." Yeah, it was. But it had the same feel. Unlike you guys, I was pretty hyped for it and expecting a lot out of it because of what Kaczynski had just done with Top Gun Maverick. And when he made that kind of movie, I said, oh, this guy's making movies the way that they did in the 90s, but he's doing it in a way that it doesn't feel dated or generic. It feels fresh and refreshing. And so and it is longer, and this says a lot about it. I've told you guys this story. We were in the middle of a heat wave in New York, and I walked from Penn Station to this theater, which took me again 25 minutes in this heat wave. And I was like, at least I'll get to the theater and there'll be an air conditioner and it'll be fine. The air conditioner was broken in this theater, and they gave us a fan, and it's a 2.5 hour movie. And I sat there the whole time fanning myself, and it would have been any other movie. I'm out the door. But I was like, I have to finish this movie. I want to watch this. I'm so locked in. I want to see what's going to happen.
Did it smell horrible?
No. Strangely enough, I think that is a more than valid question. And no, it did not. And they were giving free concessions and beers and stuff to people to know what that's going to do to stop the smell. I have no idea, but it
makes you not care about it as much.
Makes you not care. I could have.
Critics tend to smell so bad, and that's a fact.
What smells so bad?
Critics.
Oh,
they do.
I'll say this: I think critics are the grossest audience. Like Rox, when we went to see The Kitchen, remember that was it the El Cap, not El Cap, but wherever it was. That theater, when we got up, was the most disgusting I've ever seen in my life. Popcorn everywhere, soda everywhere. I was just like, and that was the premiere. Premiere. It was disgusting.
Which one? Premiere of which?
Of The Kitchen. It was a DC movie that you didn't see.
No, I didn't know it was.
But the theater was a mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gross.
No, critics smell. And I honestly would have bailed.
It doesn't matter.
No, it was called it's a DC movie. It's called Kitchen.
No, it doesn't matter. All right, so that's my number one. We talked about F1 enough. Mike, we have his F1s. So Roxy, so what's your number one then? Superman?
Yeah.
Superman. Okay, so give us our thoughts.
Yeah,
on
it's Superman because it's the one that I felt the most about. This is just based off of feeling. Like it's not because I think it has the number one tightest script, and it's not because I was like it was the most technically sound. It's because it was the one that I loved the most. Like being in there, I felt like a little girl who was just like so excited. You guys know, obviously, Kristian, you put me and Mike on DC Movie News all those years ago. I've been waiting for a Superman movie that I love since I was a little kid. And everybody knows I did not feel fondly about Man of Steel. I've been waiting for this moment to feel like, holy crap, that's my Superman. This is the direction we're going in, to love Lois Lane, like all of that, to have it start the DCU off right, to and now watching Peacemaker, I love Superman even more, not because there's that much of a correlation, but just because of the different pockets of the world that we're building. So yeah, it just, to me, it was like mwah, chef's kiss.
Okay, so there you go. That's our summer movie list. All three of us took the 3 movies that we like, some similar, some in different order, some that we did completely different, and that's our list. There's a lot of other movies out there that we didn't mention that we enjoyed. Roxy had mentioned 28 Years Later. I mean, How to Train Your Dragons out there, Lilo and Stitch, tons of other movies. What were yours? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. Whether it is on the live stream, whether it is in the replay comments, or on the Clips channel.